Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
How has Ray Stevenson's final scene as Baylan Skoll in Star Wars have the potential to set up an Ahsoka Season 2, and for what else we're going to be seeing down the road in the Mandoverse? Ray Stevenson's Baylan Skoll played a major role in Season 1 of Ahsoka on Disney Plus, but the final scene that he was featured in may have set up the character to appear in a potential Season 2 of the Disney Plus show, but how and why exactly is the question that remains. Star Wars fans have praised the character of Baylan Skoll throughout the 8-episode run of Ahsoka, with many also complimenting the performance of the actor, the late Ray Stevenson, who has tragically passed away prior to the show airing on Disney Plus earlier this year. Throughout Season 1 of Ahsoka, Stevenson played the role of a Force-sensitive mercenary who was a former member of the Jedi Order, and so, as all do, the character eventually strayed away from the task that he was hired to do in hopes of finding a power on the planet and other galaxy of Peridea that would allow him to create something greater than the Jedi Order or the Empire. This year all being said, how has that final scene of Baylan Skoll set up the future of his character and for what's to come in the future of a potential Ahsoka Season 2, or for whatever else we may have in store for down the road in the Mandoverse? Ray Stevenson's Baylan Skoll was featured heavily throughout Season 1 of Ahsoka, but he only appeared in one brief final scene during the finale. After Thrawn escaped the planet of Peridea with the Great Mothers and his Night Trooper army, it was revealed that Baylan was still searching the planet and trying to find whatever powerful entity was calling out to him in episodes 6 and 7, as he had revealed that something was out there and that something was calling to him. Ray Stevenson's character was actually shown to be standing on a statue of what's called the Father from the Mortis arc of the Clone Wars animated show, looking in the direction of where the structure's hand was pointing towards. This brief scene teased of what fans will see in Baylan yet again in another project down the road, most likely Season 2 of Ahsoka. And so, while there are plenty of theories to speculate about of this, whatever the statue of the Father was pointing to is likely where Stevenson's character was traveling towards, and what was possibly calling out to him. It is possible that whatever was calling to him was in fact that same person or thing that the Father is pointing to, as when you do look very closely, you may actually see some type of glowing beam out in the distance. Rosario Dawson's Ahsoka Tano and Natasha Liu Bordizzo's Sabine Wren are also notably still stuck and stranded on this planet of Peridea at the end of Season 1. Seeing how Disney and Lucasfilm are both reportedly looking at potentially greenlighting a potential Season 2 of Ahsoka, I've already made a fair share of videos here on the channel discussing and talking about just about every detail that we know about an upcoming Ahsoka Season 2. It would also make sense for the majority of that second installment to take place here on that planet of Peridea. And so, as we see, Shin Hati, who was Baylan's apprentice, is also still there and stranded on the planet of Peridea as well, which makes it even more likely that Season 2 and the overall storyline could be focused around these four characters of Ahsoka, Sabine, Baylan, and Shin. If Star Wars does elect to continue Stevenson's character's storyline, he would sadly have to recast, or have de-aging effects, or, deep faking, due to the actor's unfortunate passing, but I feel that's a touchy topic and maybe even something to discuss down the road. For many fans, it would be hard to imagine someone other than Ray Stevenson playing the character, since he gave such a strong and excellent performance in Season 1. But furthering Baylan's story could ultimately still honor the legacy of Ray Stevenson. And so, this year all being said, what would exactly be Baylan's story in Season 2 of Ahsoka? Baylan is obviously still obsessed with whatever is calling out to him, as we saw towards the later episodes in Ahsoka Season 1. He was seeking that greater power when he appeared in Episode 8, the finale of the show, and he probably won't stop until he finds it. Assuming that he does find what he's looking for, it will most likely end up being something incredibly sinister and or powerful in the Force, something that he wouldn't be able to take on alone, maybe even at that, comprehend it. However, seeing as how he was still by himself at the end of the events of Season 1 in the finale, Ray Stevenson's Baylan Skoll character will likely continue his journey solo by himself, which could prove threatening for him. And so, if he were able to find this mysterious power, perhaps it would imprison him or even begin hunting him early on in Season 2. Not knowing what else to do, Baylan would likely then make a desperate call to his apprentice Shin through the Force, to either try and to warn her to get her off of this planet, or to come help him. Shin, who does appear to be still conflicted at the end of episode 7 of Ahsoka, as Ahsoka reaches her hand out to her, saying to come join her, wouldn't want to leave her master and friend behind, so she would then do anything that she needed to do to help him. Although, as I had mentioned, she does seem kind of conflicted, so maybe she would turn around and give that same, taste of medicine to her master, leaving him behind, as he sort of did to her. It is also possible that she could still try to lead the band of raiders that she met up with at the end of episode 8 to go rescue Baylan, but ultimately would fail due to the Force entity's great power. This would leave her no other choice out to seek Ahsoka and Sabine to join forces with them to help Baylan, which is something that I was theorizing on that we would see by the end of the Ahsoka Season 1 show, is the team up between these 4 characters of Ahsoka, Sabine, Shin, and Baylan. And so, with those 3 characters all together, Sabine, Ahsoka, and Shin, they could potentially come to Baylan's rescue and aid and actually rescue him from the danger that he's in. This would not only reinforce the statement that Ahsoka made to Sabine in episode 8 about being where they need to be. Banding together with Ahsoka and Sabine could also be the last straw in pushing Shin to the light side of the Force, furthering her character's arc, and setting her up to become an even more important character in the future of Star Wars. Although, leaving you guys with one last thought here, I don't really believe that the overall story of Baylan will actually ever come true and be told, due to the unfortunate passing of the actor. And I'm fine with that, quite honestly. Let me know all of your thoughts and opinions and theories in the comment section down below. I would love to hear what you guys are all thinking. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Of course, this has been Unofficial Star Wars. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. May the Force be with you as always. Peace out.